If you have a question, something comes up, you hear something in a speech that resonates with you, feel free when they're done to raise your hand. We're going to have a little Q&A section at the end. But I want to make sure that you're leaving here with something that you can put to good use. So, without further ado, I want to introduce. Here's a good question. Do you remember the day you asked, why am I here? Why was I born? Why don't I know my purpose? And the best of all of them, why me? Anybody here ever feel that way?
Every day.
It's okay to ask the question why, yet some people get hung up on the why and they never really move forward or take the action to put into action what they've learned. Marlene Bryan has presented to audiences at educational institutions, corporations, and nonprofit organizations. She began her career in telecommunications and quickly rose to become one of the few Black female sales engineer managers in an area dominated by men. She is an inspirational speaker, an author, a business coach, and the owner of 2 companies. Today, Marlene is going to share with you how to get your answer to your why, so that you can live your diamond life and live your life with a purpose. Please help me welcome Marlene Bryan.
Well, you all heard the question why. And we all know that at some point in our lives, maybe you're younger, you may not be asking the question why yet, but you will be asking the question at one point in your life. The amazing thing is my dad didn't have to ask the question why. He knew why he was here. When I walked into his hospital room, and as he was getting another treatment for cancer, I said to him, Dada, Jamaican, I'm from Jamaica, Dada, is there anything that you regret not doing? And this was a week before he passed. He looked off after he was smoking his nebulizer, I call it the peace pipe, to help him breathe, and he stopped, and he looked at me, and he said, yes. I said, why? I never lived why I was created to be. I said, you never, wait a minute, you're 70 years old, and you never lived what you were created to be? And he said, no. I said, what was it? I should have been the artist I was created to be. My dad painted, my dad carved, my dad did so many things with art, yet he never lived that life. He chose the pragmatic life that everyone said he should. Because of course, we all know the saying, people tell you all the time, an artist can never make money. Go do something practical. You've got a family. But here I'm telling you today, my dad regretted not living what he was created to be. Imagine my surprise. That's 70 years, and he never lived that. That was like a punch in the gut. Because here I am being the sales engineer manager, being the product development manager, being all that corporate America and what America tells me is successful. And my dad is telling me he never lived his life of success. And that was a wake-up call for me. Because many years before, I knew that I was supposed to go out and encourage others. I call myself the Barnabas. For those of you who are Christians, you may understand. Barnabas was one of the disciples, and he was called an encourager. So that was my calling, to go out and encourage others. And here I am with my dad, and he's telling me this. My dad died a week later, but in his dying, in the process, he blessed me. Those were wonderful times for me with my dad, because I grew closer to him to understand more about him, and to empathize and let go of some of the questions I had about our relationship. But as I left out of there, and I saw my dad being buried, I said, oh no, I need to tell people that they need to live their life, they live what they were created to be. But as I was asking others about this, I found that a lot of people struggle with understanding, well, what's my purpose? What am I here for? And I didn't know how to go about sharing that with them. So I remembered something I did when I was in telecommunications. I would tell my guys, go out, Go bring some sales in and bring home the diamonds. Mama needs diamonds. Mama loves diamonds. And they will go out and sell and come back. And by the end of the year, they'll buy me diamond earrings. Not because I wanted diamond earrings and not because I was in love with diamonds. I was just fascinated with diamonds because growing up, I was always into science. My undergrad degree at University of Miami, Albany, was in science. The diamond fascinated me because it's one of the most indestructible objects on this planet. It is used to bore through mountains, making tunnels. But understand this, the diamond is formed deep in the belly of the earth. And the more pressure it has, the more the diamond becomes beautiful. But when it comes out, it is not cut the right way. It is in the raw. We are like diamonds. We're formed deep in the belly of our mothers. And if you ever given birth, you know that it's heavy pressure. Keep telling my son, look, you cured me of my curiosity for kids. But like diamonds, we come out rough and raw. And we need people to shape and mold us like the diamond cutter. So we have to find the diamond cutters around us. Some of those are our parents. Some of those are educators. Thank God for Sister Mary Catherine, God rest her soul. Yeah, I'm a repressed Catholic. If anybody know what I mean. You ever gone to Catholic school, you know what I mean. But these are people who poured into me to help me to determine who I am. And that's why I would say start with people who have been around you, who know you. When I was trying to find my purpose, I asked my mom, what do you like about me? She's like, you never listen to me anyway. She's like, the first day you got off the plane, by the way, I come from Jamaica, I got kicked out of the country. I tell people, at 10 years old, don't ask the principal who I bombed with water balloons. Why? But here I am in this country, and the first thing, I get off the plane, the next day I'm in the corner. My mom's putting me in the corner. Because my mouth, I was raised with my uncle for 3 years. And the man was a whiz at business, but every other word was a cuss word. So guess what came out of my mouth? And that's why I was in the corner. But my mom said she admired most about me is that even though she might tell me, don't do something, went ahead and did it, but that it worked out for me. And I would say people in your life love you, and they want the best for you, but sometimes they're not the ones to make that decision of how you should live your life. As my dad found out a week before he died that he regretted that. So the first thing I would say to you is, yes, poll people around you to see what they admire about you, and then write your own list down and see how that aligns with who you are. And then compare it with what they say. And you'll start seeing some drops, some inkling of what you should be doing. I asked my brother, who he and I at first were like sparring partners, but my mom will say, we think we're twins, we're 4 years apart, but we have 4 siblings, there's 4 of us, 2 boys, 2 girls, I'm the last one who bossed everybody around. But my second brother, I would say to him, what do you think I should be doing? And he said, oh my God, you talk so much. You might as well go out and talk, teach people. And that's one of the inklings. I'm like, oh my goodness, yeah. In my corporate life, I was always training someone. And that's what resonated with me, and I knew that the Barnabas had to be married with the trainer to be able to encourage others like yourself. So there are 4 things I like about the diamond. When we go to buy diamonds, come on with me, you know it's the cut, the color, the clarity, and the carat. The 4 C's, I call them.
And the cost.
But when it comes to us women, you know the cost doesn't matter. But let's examine the cut. The cut is that we are the diamond. And we want people around us that will shape us the right way. The diamond is made, pure diamond, pure white, is made of all of carbon. But so is coal. It's just a matter of rearranging that big one's the diamond and makes the coal. Hang out with people who make you feel like a diamond. Don't hang out with the ones who make you feel like a local coal. In fact, cut them out. Leave them and run for your life, because this is where you need to understand that you are precious, and you need to work with people who are gonna shape you the right way, and eventually you become the diamond cutter as you go out. The other thing is the color. How many of you know why diamonds are pink, purple, blue?
Exposure to other elements?
Hmm?
Exposure to other elements?
Oh my God, I love you. Exposure to other elements. So the carbon bonds with nitrogen and other chemicals. And yet, one might think that's a flaw because it's no longer pure carbon. But yet, those purple, hey, if somebody walk up and give me a yellow diamond right now, I'll be happy to take it. Because here's the thing, they're priceless, but so are you. You might think you have flaws. You might think that things in your life work well. You might hear from someone that you're not good enough. Who do you think you are? Like when I went to interview for my first engineering job, and the guy sitting there, I think it was 1992, I remember I'm 27 now. But he said to me, I never interviewed a woman for this job before. And I'm thinking, dude, what century are you in? The good news is I didn't get the job. The great news was that the department got cut 2 months later, and I got a better job. I never stopped. I didn't let his discomfort of me being a woman pursuing an engineering